Haunted America. The Lemp Mansion. The Lemp Mansion is one of America's most haunted houses. This historic landmark sits in Benton Park, St. Louis, Missouri. A successful brewery magnate, William J. Lemp Sr., purchased this monstrous 33-room house in 1890. His family and descendants lived there for several decades. The Lemps were an enterprising, hard-working German immigrant family. They arrived in the United States in the 1800s and built a brewery fortune, the William J. Lemp Brewing Company. Until Prohibition began on January 17, 1920, the William J. Lemp Brewing Company confidently dominated the St. Louis beer market. An unfortunate series of family tragedies further undermined the Lemp family business. 4 suicides occurred between 1904 and 1949. Allegedly, various members of the Lemp family still haunt the mansion today. The Lemp Mansion in St. Louis, Missouri, stands as one of America's most notorious haunted locations. It has a dark history that has captivated paranormal enthusiasts for decades. Built in 1890, the Lemp Mansion underwent significant renovations in 1911, including the conversion of parts of the house into offices. The Lemp family lived in the house until 1949, when Charles Lemp died by suicide. In 1950, the Lemp estate sold the mansion and it was converted into a boarding house. In the 1960s, the construction of Interstate 55 contributed to the destruction of much of the grounds and one of the carriage houses. The mansion's grandeur conceals a tragic legacy marked by multiple suicides, mysterious deaths, and devastating financial ruin that befell the family across several generations. The mansion's haunted reputation stems largely from the profound tragedies that occurred within its walls. 4 members of the Lemp family took their own lives in the house, including William Lemp Sr., who shot himself in 1904 after the death of his favorite son and the loss of his best friend. His son, William Lemp Jr., followed suit in the same building in 1922. 2 other family members met similar fates in subsequent years. These tragedies, combined with the family's ultimate decline and the mansion's period of abandonment, created an atmosphere that many believe trapped residual energy and restless spirits within the property. Today, the Lemp Mansion operates as both a restaurant and inn, allowing visitors to experience its eerie atmosphere firsthand. Guests and staff have reported countless paranormal experiences, including unexplained footsteps, phantom piano music, sudden temperature drops, glasses flying off tables, and apparitions of former family members. Unsurprisingly, numerous ghost hunting television programs and paranormal investigation shows have featured the mansion. This exposure cemented its status as a compelling destination for those seeking encounters with the supernatural. Its combination of verifiable historical tragedy and persistent modern-day phenomena has made it one of the most authentically haunted locations in the United States. The Lemp Mansion represents a pivotal chapter in American brewing history. One of St. Louis' most influential industrial dynasties made this luxurious residence their home. The Lemp family's brewing empire began with Johann Adam Lemp, a German immigrant who arrived in St. Louis in the late 1830s. Johann Lemp pioneered the production of lager beer in America. His son, William J. Lemp Sr., transformed the family business into a powerhouse that would eventually become the largest brewery in St. Louis and one of the most successful in the entire nation. The mansion became the family's primary residence in the 1860s, symbolizing their ascent to the pinnacle of Gilded Age wealth and social prominence. At the height of their success in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the Lemp Brewing Company dominated the American beer market, producing millions of barrels annually and establishing an extensive national distribution network. The mansion reflected this prosperity with its lavish interiors, ornate architectural details, imported furnishings, and state-of-the-art amenities that were rare for the era. The family hosted elaborate social gatherings and maintained their position among St. Louis's elite society, with the mansion serving as both a private sanctuary and a showcase of their industrial achievement. The mansion was connected to the brewery complex through a labyrinthine network of underground tunnels and caves. These caves were used for both business purposes and as part of the family's extensive estate. However, the mansion also witnessed the family's dramatic downfall, making it a monument to both triumph and tragedy in American industrial history. The advent of Prohibition, combined with changing market conditions and family misfortunes, led to the brewery's closure and sale in 1922 for a fraction of its former value. The once grand estate came to symbolize lost fortunes and faded glory. It eventually fell into disrepair before being saved from demolition and restored. On June 28, 1922, the Lemp Brewery, which had been valued at $7 million with factories covering 10 city blocks, was sold at auction to the International Shoe Company for only $588,500. Today, the Lemp Mansion stands as a tangible connection to St. Louis's brewing heritage and the broader story of immigrant success. One of the most distinctive features incorporated during the mansion's development was its connection to an extensive system of natural caves and man-made tunnels beneath the property. These subterranean passages linked the mansion directly to the Lemp Brewery complex, serving practical purposes for the family's business operations while also providing private access between home and workplace. Significantly, the caves had naturally cool temperatures year-round. This made the location attractive for Johann Lemp as an ideal place to store beer. These caves were expanded and reinforced during the 1860s construction period. This underground network added an element of mystery and utility to the estate, creating a hidden world beneath the elegant Victorian structure above. The combination of above-ground grandeur and below-ground functionality made the Lemp Mansion a unique architectural achievement that perfectly suited the needs of a thriving industrial family. William Lemp Jr.'s son, Billy Lemp Jr., then took over the reins of the family business. In 1899, Billy Lemp married Lillian Handlon, the daughter of a wealthy railroad magnate from St. Louis. They had one son, William III. In 1909, the marriage broke down with an acrimonious divorce and custody battle over their only son, William III. Billy Lemp claimed that Lillian wore the color lavender excessively to attract other men, and he cited her for infidelity. Lillian Handlon became known as the Lavender Lady because of her fondness for all things lavender. During their highly publicized divorce, she alleged that Billy Lemp deserted her and claimed cruel treatment and emotional abuse. She was granted custody of their only child, William III, and Billy was given visitation rights and had to pay $6,000 a year in alimony. Lillian Handlon Lemp, the Lavender Lady, never remarried and lived to a ripe old age of 83. Elsa Lemp Wright, the youngest daughter of William J. Lemp Sr. and the sister of Billy Lemp, became the third member of the Lemp family to die by suicide. She shot herself on March 20, 1920, at the age of just 37. Billy Lemp's son, William Lemp III, now an adult, unsuccessfully tried to rebuild the Lemp business. By the early 1940s, the Lemp Brewery was bankrupt. Afterward, in 1943, William III died suddenly of a heart attack. The fourth suicide in the family was Charles Lemp, Billy Lemp's unmarried brother, who had been treasurer and vice president of the Lemp family business. By 1929, he had become reclusive and moved back into the Lemp Mansion. At the age of 72 on May the 10th, 1949, he shot himself in the head. He was the only Lemp to leave a suicide note, which read, "In case I am found dead, blame it on no one but me." In 1949, the Lemp Mansion was turned into a boarding house. In 1975, Richard D. Pointer bought the Lemp Mansion, renovated it, and converted it into a restaurant, which the Pointer family currently runs. The mansion also included creepy underground, damp tunnels which connected it to the brewery next door. The underground tunnels also provided natural refrigeration for the beer, as well as a damp and scary vibe. Some paranormal investigators say the tunnels themselves and the old brewery are the true haunted locations, not the Lemp Mansion. Among the most compelling reports are actual apparition sightings that have occurred throughout the mansion's various rooms. The spirit of William Lemp Sr. has allegedly been seen in his former office, where he took his own life in 1904, often appearing as a shadowy figure or a fleeting glimpse of a man in period clothing. Notably, the Lavender Lady, believed to be Lillian Handlin Lemp, has been spotted gliding through hallways wearing a Victorian-era gown, sometimes accompanied by the scent of lavender perfume that lingers inexplicably in certain areas. Visitors describe overwhelming waves of sadness and despair, sudden panic attacks, and the unsettling sensation of unseen hands touching or grabbing them. Additionally, the basement and tunnel systems beneath the mansion generate their own catalogue of frightening experiences. People have reported hearing disembodied voices. They also report feeling followed through dark corridors. Electronic equipment frequently malfunctions in this area, and device batteries drain without explanation. The mansion's staff members, who spend countless hours in the building, provide some of the most credible testimonies about its paranormal nature. Restaurant employees reported tables being reset after closing. Silverware appears rearranged in patterns they didn't create. Visitors hear the distinct sound of a party or gathering coming from upstairs when the second floor is empty. Housekeeping staff refuse to enter certain rooms alone, particularly the William Lemp Suite and the Charles Lemp Suite. They report feeling watched, hearing their names whispered, and finding doors locked that had been open moments before. Additionally, overnight guests describe waking up to the sounds of children laughing or crying. They saw shadows moving across walls and capturing unexplained anomalies in photographs taken throughout the property. Professional paranormal investigation teams who have studied the mansion report consistent electromagnetic field fluctuations. Electronic voice phenomena, recordings appear to contain intelligent responses to questions. Documented temperature drops of 10 to 20 degrees occur in specific locations without any natural explanation. Several investigators reported that unseen forces physically manipulated their equipment. The mansion's unique physical characteristics also play a role in theoretical explanations for the hauntings. The extensive cave and tunnel system beneath the property creates unusual acoustic properties and electromagnetic conditions. Some researchers believe these could contribute to paranormal activity, or at least create an environment conducive to such phenomena. The limestone caves naturally produce electromagnetic fields and contain flowing water. Paranormal investigators often associate both elements with increased supernatural activity. This attracted spiritual energy or allowed existing supernatural presences to strengthen without human interference. Some theorists even suggest that the building's current use as a public venue might actually feed and amplify whatever paranormal forces exist. Thousands of visitors bring their own energy and expectations, creating a self-perpetuating cycle of supernatural activity. These days, the Lemp Mansion has found new life as a restaurant and inn under the ownership of the Pointer family. Today, the mansion serves multiple purposes. It offers fine dining, operates as a bed and breakfast, and ranks among America's most investigated paranormal hotspots. The venue has become a popular destination for ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts from around the world. The Lemp Mansion regularly hosts murder mystery dinners and special Halloween events. Unsurprisingly, Life magazine listed the Lemp Mansion among America's 9 most haunted houses. Local Missouri legend suggests the building harbors multiple spirits beyond just the Lemp family members. This claim continues to intrigue visitors and investigators alike. In summary, the Lemp Mansion offers a unique glimpse into the haunted history of America's Gilded Age. Before visiting the Lemp Mansion, make sure you check out the current owner's Facebook page and X account @the Lemp Mansion. They regularly share updates about events, dining options, and overnight stays in one of America's most legendary haunted locations.